Good YouTube, it's your man My Hater with another episode of Muscle and Manhood. Coming back from the gym, just got it in. Today was conditioning day. Did a couple sled pushes, some speed drills, a lot of functional muscle stuff. Ain't no sense in being big and clumsy. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about your masculine core real briefly. I want you to think about what core means, okay? It means your center. Your core is your center. And today's men, at least here in the United States, are being confronted with an onslaught against their masculinity. And even just being born a male, doing things that males inherently do. You know, boys break things. They tend to be destructive. They tend to be a little bit harsh, playful, a little even cruel in comparison to little girls. Now, these are children I'm speaking about. Now, we know that girls can be extremely cruel, and we know that they can be just as harsh, and there's always exceptions to the rule. You can have girls that are more boyish than boys. We call them tomboys. But the point I'm trying to make is that our culture has rejected the male species almost altogether. And when men do things like grow a beard, whenever they just have short answers and have boundaries, and whenever men don't try to become conformed to the powers that be, the people who are in control of this agenda, they're seen as a threat, because the agenda wants to wash out and dilute masculinity. Now, I want to preface everything that I'm saying here with this caveat. I don't subscribe to the idea that everything that is coarse and harsh and mean and violent is a masculine quality and is to be embraced. Females can be just as cruel, harsh, violent, and sensitive as men can, sometimes even more so. The truth of the matter is that males scientifically are more nurturing to the whole family than females are. Now, females tend to be more nurturing to their children, at least in certain capacities. But the science has been done, and it's been found to be true, that males actually spend more time with their children, nurturing them in one-on-one types of interactions. Now, that's just a fact. Now, you can go and research it and check it out for yourself. But there's lots of evidence to it, and it's even observable whenever men are engaged with their family and they haven't been seduced and captivated and initiated into the idea that their worth is only utilitarian, meaning that they're just on this planet to make money, to work and make money and buy stuff for their wife and children, or give money to the mother of their children, etc. Men aren't just here to build and make money and make things more convenient for women and children. That's not our sole purpose. But the program is written that way. And a lot of the things that I teach takes into consideration the program. But while I'm teaching concepts and skills that will help you navigate through the system and the program and maintain your masculine core, that means your true identity, your maleness, keep your balls, as it were. I have to keep things in reality. You know, you live in a real world with real people. You live in a real nation with real values. It's a culture. Our society is a culture. You get it? It's a culture. And every society, as it were, or every nation has a culture. Meaning they have blind spots to ideas in favor of their own ideas and agendas, which are usually constructed by powerful people who have their own agendas. Whenever you become a free man and you begin to, and I don't mean free in terms of just having liberty to do what you want to do, but a free man in terms of your natural order and design as a creator made you, because we're created beings. I don't care what you subscribe to, all the evidence points to the fact that we were designed. And matter of fact, the fact that we can even operate on each other and fix each other means that there's some kind of order and sequence and pattern to our species and how it's been created. And our maleness, the testosterone in us, is a marker of that genius. And anything that comes against the genius of separating the genders is not an attack literally on the species itself or the gender itself. It's an attack on the author and the creator of that thing. Now, I'm not going to get into religion because I don't have the energy for that, frankly. And, you know, frankly, most people who are involved in religion don't even know enough about their own religion to have an intelligent conversation with anybody. They ignore a lot of stuff that is evident, and they're delusional. That's just the facts. I'm sorry. The average person doesn't know the truth about their own religion, and they're not really willing to study the contradictions about their belief system. And I put it to you to make that your business as a man. It's important for you to know what you believe. Don't just sit around and accept things because they've been around for a long time. Okay? Don't just go with the flow. Now, you may have to, for the sake of your own sanity, allow some things to pass, because as a matter of fact, I subscribe to this. Men should not try to change other people's minds by coercion or force. That's a form of putting that's a form of putting other people in slavery. People should want to follow you because you set a great example, and because the things that you do make sense. The things that you believe make sense. They're reasonable, and they are observable and can be proven. I'm not an advocate of people who, you know, say, look, this is the way it is, and it's always been that way, and that's the way it's going to be because I said so, or because the church said so, or because mom and dad said so, or whatever. Every person, including children, have a right to be given a sound and intelligent reason for them to be asked to do anything. I don't care if it's sweep a floor. I don't care what it is. If you ask your children or anyone to do something, you should give them a sound reason and motivation for why they should do it. You know? Why not? One day they're going to be adults if they're children. And even in your household as men, you need to man up and own your masculine core. Own your true identity as a male.